Imposter syndrome is costing you everything. It has nothing to do with your skill level. Because you're probably doing a lot of things right, like posting regularly, learning what your audience wants, and maybe even thinking about a product or service that you could sell. But the one missing ingredient is the belief that you deserve to make money from your work. You may tell yourself that you'll charge for it when you have more followers or when you do better at what you do, but the truth is, if you keep telling yourself that, you'll never take that leap. You'll stay stuck in an endless guilt cycle that prevents you from achieving the very thing that you want, a thriving creator business. Now, I can say all of this because I'm a creator too. I'm in the music niche and I've experienced all of these same feelings when I think about charging for my work. I had to figure out how to get past the beliefs if I ever wanted to make this sustainable. Now, in case you don't know me, my name is Ryan Ellis. I'm the creator of Ryan is Heartless. And in this video, I want to talk to you about why you feel so dirty about getting paid and how to flip that script around so you can start earning without feeling like a sellout. So let's go ahead and kick things off with the book that will forever change how you think about making money as an artist. The lie you've been told, starving artist is a virtue. You've probably heard about this lie that being a starving artist is a virtue. But here's the eternal question. Do you have to be starving to be a real artist? I recently read an eye-opening book called Real Artists Don't Starve by Jeff Goins. And I highly recommend that you read it for yourself. It's an incredible read. But I'll share a few highlights from the book and how they completely changed my thinking about success as an artist and a creative. First, here's the big takeaway. Famous and well-regarded artists throughout history were actually highly paid. They're not the starving artists that most of us thought that they were. These thriving artists didn't get paid in exposure. They just got paid a lot. Artists like Michelangelo, Da Vinci, on up to modern creatives like John Grisham. And you know what? I think that's really inspiring. It's easy to assume that great artists equals starving artists or broke artists, but in reality, the artists who thrive have enough money to keep making art because they aren't always scrambling to get paid. So remember this, the more money that you have, the more time you have, and the more time that you have, the more art that you can make. So, whether you think of art as a money-making venture in itself or just as something you want more time to pursue, money is not the enemy. It's an essential tool in your toolkit as an artist. And on the flip side, being a starving artist isn't noble or some kind of virtue. You do deserve to get paid, and paid well for your work. I hope that really sinks in because it is really important to shift your mindset that way. But even if you believe that, there's still another voice in your head that we need to get rid of. And that is the lie that you tell yourself, which is you're not good enough. And here's the truth that most creators never realize. You don't need to be the greatest of all time at the thing that you do to share your experience or charge for it. You just need to be ahead of the person that you're helping. But instead of that, here's what you're probably thinking, which is, I'm not big enough yet, I don't have enough followers, I'm almost good enough. These are the mental scripts that so many artists and creators have running in their heads 24/7. I am no different. And if that's true, then it's no surprise why so many aspiring creatives don't make any money, because they're always getting ready to finally monetize their work rather than just doing it. And that's true whether you're focused on entertainment content, problem-solving content, or some of each. In my case, I happen to do both. Half of my work is focused on creating and releasing original music, but I also teach metal guitar to guitarists as a music content creator. And guess what? I've sold my art in the form of metal guitar tracks, and I've sold guitar tabs, courses, and all kinds of other how-to solutions to my audience. Now, along the way, here's what I've learned so far. Whatever kind of creator you are, the reality is you are good enough today. For entertainers creating popular media like music, videos, books, it's simply a matter of deciding to practice in public. You'll get the best results when you share not just the finished products, but also your craft along the way. And for problem solvers with how-to content, imposter syndrome may take the form of not being as good as you want to be. In my case, there are still aspects of guitar that I want to improve at, trem picking, mixing, music theory especially, but that didn't stop me from starting or from charging for what I know and can share. Because the reality is, say, I've gone from a 4 to a 7 on the guitar playing scale over the years, and I attract an audience of people who are anywhere from a 2 to 5 on that scale and looking to get better. That means that I'm one of the best sources of information around improving that metal guitar for that specific group of people. Someone at the absolute top of their game is so far ahead of the beginners that they may not actually be the best teacher for them. Sorry, James Hetfield, obviously. The secret in the problem-solving space is this. You don't get paid for knowing a lot. You get paid because you can help somebody achieve the result that they want because you've been where they are and have come out the other side. Now, this last shift is where everything changed for me. It's common for artists to feel like making money or selling something automatically makes them a sellout or a shill, another side of the imposter syndrome coin, right? You can probably relate to that. You went into creating art or content because you're genuinely passionate about the work and you wanted to avoid becoming a soulless corporate drone. And trust me, I feel the same way. That's one of the main reasons I'm a full-time creator in the music space. Because I also wanted to work on things that are interesting to me, not waste my time boosting shareholder value for some faceless company. But you can take that impulse too far, especially when it comes to selling your own stuff. I totally get not promoting brands that you don't fully agree with, but are you really selling out to charge for your own work that can genuinely help people? So here's the unlock. Don't think of yourself as a shill when you charge for a course or a book or coaching or any product or service that you create. Think of it as what it really is, which is providing a valuable service to someone. You have a lot to offer, you have experience, you have expertise, taste, talent, and skill. There are plenty of people out there who could benefit from all that you've learned. So if you think about it, you're really being selfless and kind when you make those insights available to the world, even if you get paid for them. And on the flip side, holding that work back from the world is doing a disservice to all of those people who could genuinely value it in their lives. But there's one more little secret here. The market will tell you if you're not as good as you think. Trust me, it can be brutal out there. Don't be afraid to try charging for something and seeing how people respond to it. Because ultimately, putting yourself out there helps you figure out where there's demand that exists out there. Now, I know what it means to struggle financially as a creator, which is why I'm personally so passionate about helping people get paid what they deserve. And it's exactly why I care so much about tools like Sphere. Sphere is a community platform built specifically for creators and artists. It hosts your content, courses, discussions, live events, and so much more. Most importantly, it makes it really easy to get paid. You can create a community that members will pay to join, or you can make your community free and charge for individual products, or a bit of both. If that sounds interesting, I'll drop a link in the description below for you to learn more about Sphere. Now, I bring this up because a community is the perfect example of a place where you can offer more. Instead of being a shill hawking products that you don't care about, you can truly add more value to your community by hosting courses, downloadable resources, discussions, live calls, all kinds of things that don't make you a shill. In getting to know a lot of creators, I found that most believe that there's a trade-off that exists. If you make more money, people trust you less. So let me show you what I mean. If you're like most creators, you have this hidden belief that trust and revenue are opposites, and you may not even realize that, but in practical terms, you make all of your decisions based on audience trust, believing that higher trust equals less revenue and that higher revenue equals less trust. But the problem is, following that belief means you literally aren't allowed to charge for anything. And I'm gonna be real with you here. The best creators and artists, they do both. They simply deliver more value and you can charge more for it. And if your work actually helps people, then charging for it isn't selfish, it's valuable. And that is the virtuous cycle that you should be aiming for. If you've ever felt that pit in your stomach when you think about charging for your work, drop a "hey, that's me" in the comments below. I read all of them and I would love to hear what you've done to overcome imposter syndrome as a creator. And of course, if you're liking this content, a like on this video would go a long way. Thank you so much. So what to do next? All right, so I've talked through 3 of the common reasons why creators and artists deal with imposter syndrome. You buy into this idea of the starving artist as virtuous or more real, and you tell yourself that you aren't good enough yet. You believe that making money is selling out instead of service. And if these resonate with you at all, they're probably deeply ingrained inside of you. But the good news is they're just beliefs and you can change them. Not in a woo-woo way, but by actually proving them wrong with real-world evidence. Why do you think I'm sitting here talking to you? Why do I have a YouTube channel, an Instagram, a website, a Sphere community, and products that I make money selling? None of this would be possible if I just accepted the above beliefs without pushing back. The idea that real artists don't make money, that I'm not good enough, and that charging for things means selling out. But let's put this into concrete terms though. 3 simple steps to overcome imposter syndrome and actually start making money as a creator. First step, start small. It's intimidating to think about launching some huge product or service when you've never done it before. So don't. Start with a simple ebook or a 30-minute video course or an hour-long group workshop or a one-on-one coaching call or a paid community with just a few dedicated members. You have my permission to not charge much for these at first, but ask people to pay something. So you start working out that I charge for my work muscle. Step 2, sell to your existing audience. Whatever size audience you already have, you have a testing ground for ideas around what you want to sell. Whether that's a handful of members in your online community, 100 email subscribers, or 1,000 followers across social media. You only need one buyer to break the belief that no one would ever buy from you. That mental hurdle is a bigger deal than you probably realize because it's important to leap over it as fast as you can. And you can turn to the people who already follow you to make it happen. Now, step 3 is going to be killing the belief with proof. The moment somebody pays you, really sit with that victory. Confront those limiting beliefs and that imposter syndrome. Point out to yourself that you are good enough and that you didn't need more followers to make a sale, and that charging is not wrong or bad. Ultimately, you don't need artificial confidence to start charging for the value that you can offer. What you really need is evidence. And the fastest way to get that is to help one person and get paid for it. So I hope this was a helpful video for you. I've been chatting with a lot of creators and wanting to see them start charging for their work, including with a paid online community, and I can't tell you how many times they exhibit these kind of beliefs. So if you only take one thing from this video, let it be this. You don't need to feel ready to start charging for what you do. You just need to do it now and get proof that it's possible. After that, you'll believe that you can and naturally start to orient your work and your business around actually making the money that you deserve. So ask yourself, what's the smallest thing you could sell this week that would actually help somebody? Go build it. If you've got the mindset piece down, but you're actually not sure what to go sell as a creator, go watch this video on the 5 income streams all creators should have. It'll point you in the right direction, so be sure to give that a watch next. And again, if you're interested in going the online community route, you can learn more about that in the description. Well, that's all from me, guys, but you got a lot out of this video, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.